Hello, today we will be talking about solids, liquids, and gases. Now, a solid has less energy than a liquid would or a gas would. Now, a solid has connected molecules. So as you can see this little molecule, if it is attached to another so that they're stuck and all they can do is vibrate. That's all they can do. Now, the only way to undo this process is through melting. And if you melt it, it will become a liquid. And that makes these lines or connections break. Now, the way to melt is by putting it over heat and making it liquefy. Now, the way to make this into a gas is by a process called boiling or evaporation. Now, what this process does is makes it into a gas. Now, how you boil is, say you have your little pot right here. What it will eventually do is bubble up. Now, once it bubbles up, the bubbles will pop and turn into vapor. Now, with evaporation, say there's a leaf right there, and the sun hits it right there. Now, eventually, this water will just turn into vapor. There's no bubbles, there's no boiling point, it's just vapor. Now, what happens once it's at a gas is the molecules and the energy rise a whole bunch. So now they're just flying all over the place. Now, if it's in a contained area, they will just bounce around the contained area. If it's bigger, they will have more space. And if it's more compact, the more they bounce into each other and the more compressed air it is. If you've ever went scuba diving, you know that this air feels or tastes different than the air you're breathing right now. Now, how will we make that gas turn into a liquid? Well, this process is called freezing. So let's say you have your refrigerator right here. Now, if you put your container of gas right here, or vapor, and you have your little molecules, eventually that will create condensation. And the condensation tells you that it has turned into water. Now the gas turns into a liquid. Now, the same process is done with freezing a liquid. Now, the liquid has still less energy than the gas did, but it still has energy. Now that we turn it into a solid using the process of freezing, it turns into a solid. Now, that makes all the molecules compact and connected to each other. Have you ever noticed when you stick your tongue on the ice and it sticks? Well, that's because the molecules are trying to attach itself to your tongue. Goodbye and thank you for listening.